It's what attorneys are calling the largest settlement amount of its kind ever awarded in Kentucky.
We didn't go and set out to, have some number in mind or have a case that would be the highest amount. But we knew historically from information that our office has gathered from court records, from other attorneys, other news agencies, that these cases have resolved for pennies, very small amounts of money for families.
A $3 million settlement is coming out of the legal battle between a former Rowan County student and the school district. John Holland and Jonathan Fannin are representing the victim. They filed a lawsuit in 2023 following years of alleged grooming and sexual abuse the student's attorneys say she experienced at the hands of her soccer coach, Andrew Zahari.
We wanted to set a new precedent in Kentucky. If you're going to abuse children in Kentucky, if your school system is going to allow sexual abuse to occur in Kentucky, the price went up on these cases because of this case.
Holland says their client's goal was to also be a voice for other students.
Her telling her story and her having the courage, the braveness to push this case to where we did, it was always about other people. She truly cares about this not happening ever again, not just in Rowan County, but in Kentucky and beyond. The settlement amount, the notoriety of the case, we hope sincerely that it changes the precedent on these cases going forward, and for her, that's justice.
That former high school student is now a college junior, and Zahari is serving 22 years in prison on federal child pornography charges. Alyssa Williams, WKYT.